What's up, YouTube? It's Traks, man. 72 coming at you from the hashtag Dirty South. Hope everybody's doing good. Look at I already got a. And then on there. Hey, what's up, Mike? Hope everything's going good, man. Y'all, I'm back. Straight up, got 9 lives. I ain't afraid to say it. This video, I'm getting caught back up. A lot of things going on, but first of all, been in the hospital, was pretty serious medical condition, and it had to do with DNA genetic stuff, messing with my pancreas, and it was jacked up and about killed me. So a whole week with being out of it. I came home yesterday, went in last Sunday morning, came home yesterday from the hospital, and been out of it. No social media. Didn't want to be on social media even before that, with everything going on in the hobby. So I was, not submitting any cards. I bought some stuff here and there. And SGC pissed me off when they did the price deal. They upcharged me on a card submission, which I withdrew. So I was like, SGC, I'm done with you. Let me pull up here a little bit. There we go. SGC, I'm done with you. But getting caught up today on voicemails and emails and YouTubes and everything else. I don't know what's going on. It's like it's only been a week, but it's been like a month worth of information coming across the channel, talking to JD with Step Back Sports, looking at Bobble stuff, what he's doing, him and his wife are doing. It's just like, what in the world? But SGC, you are back in good graces with Nats, man. Straight up. I think the $30, I can take $30 all day long. And let me show you my submission. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. We'll talk about other stuff. Now, on this SGC order, this was an order that I was going to do, but it is the 1991 Traks, Traks. This is Jeff Gordon, their NASCAR rookie card for Jeff Gordon. I've got 2 of them. Now, I bought 2 boxes. The boxes that were cheap, now they're going up over they're like cheapest I find is like $45. I got it for like $10 back before the holidays. And and I got 2 Jeff Gordon rookie cards out of an entire box. So it's a hard pull. One looks close to a 10. If it's not a 9, 9.5 for both of them. They're still a little off center. One's better than the other. I think the one is a solid 9.5. The other may be a 8.5 on it. But here's the Jeff Gordon rookie card. That's what you're looking for. Which I was happy to see that it populated. I didn't have to type in anything. I'll show you which card I did have to type in information in. But my 11 card submission, everything typed out on it. So I've got 2 of them, like I said. Let's see. Then the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt. Okay, the deal about Dale Earnhardt is that this is technically an error card, but SGC doesn't show it as an error card or show a secondary print. This is the original print, which is an error, because on the card they had the licensing that it was only able to be sold at certain locations, which was incorrect, and they had to do a reprint of anything with Earnhardt Enterprises, whether that was Dale Sr., his wife, Teresa, the truck, a crew, whenever. All these cards had to be reprinted. These are the originals. I've reached out to SGC and I can't get a response out of them if it's going to be denoted that these are error cards or noted licensing, Earnhardt licensing, which is a premium difference, honestly. But this is, I pulled 4 of card number 190. Apologize for that glare. And pulled 2 of card number, and being in the hospital with the insulin and they've jacked everything, my eyesight is like horrible right now, even with glasses on. Card number 3, Dale Earnhardt. SGC did populate these cards. The only ones they did not populate was these last ones. They actually had some Richard Petty ones in there. So I hadn't looked at the pop report for them. There's Jeff Gordon's cards are your big money card, especially if it's a 10. But that's the white racing suit, Dale Earnhardt, that I had to type in card 103. So I got those. Those are my 11. And I've been holding those, man. I've been wanting to get these done. And what sucks is it's racing down here in Concord with Memorial Day race. It's going to be the 2 weeks of racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, which is not in Charlotte, not in the same county as Charlotte. And Charlotte don't work it, but it's in Concord, North Carolina. But anyway, I got those. SGC, yeah, they burnt me. I wasn't going to grade anything more. And just hadn't really bought a bunch of stuff. I've been PCing. I went to high school with, restarted his PC, or really started up his PC, Ray Durham for the Sox. Just kind of going through, making sure, spreadsheet. I had cards that were listed, prices on them. Looking at doing the insurance, especially after some of the value I've got in the card. Hadn't done a video in quite a while. I hadn't just been motivated because of health. But I actually got 3 cards that from Star Wars, the Mandalorian, or however you say it, cards. And one graded a 9, one graded an 8. And then I had a Boba Fett 3D card for his new series that's coming out. I think it's been pushed back to December at this point. But all 3, and he graded a 6, so a 9, an 8, and a 6. They're pop 1, none graded higher or lower. All 3 in its series are a pop 1. So those are going up, and it's the Child. 2 of the cards are the Child. One's the purple, season 1, and then the other one's the green. And it's off-centered. I knew it was off-centered, but I wanted to get it slabbed. Heard everything was coming down with white PSA. I love SGC, but I'm a consumer as well. And stuff that I need to flip for certain amounts of money that I'm expecting to get, it's whoever's the cheapest I can run it through. I really think SGC is going to get some good airplay. With Jeff, with Sports Card Investor, was very, very impressed with Jeff. Jeff has let me down before. SCI has let me down before on SGC reporting of prices. Had a card I personally sold on eBay, presented it. They wouldn't list it. And one of the reasons was it was a 9.5 and it outsold a PSA 10. And back is when it was a Lou Bob Bowman first chrome, and they wouldn't list it. I gave everything. I even went to JD about it with Step Back Sports, and because me and him talk all the time, and Northeast Ohio, and even Bobbles. I ran all this stuff by them when it happened, and don't know what was going on. But I was very happy to see, and I think it's because what PSA did is for. There's no way they're going to be open if y'all are expecting to go back to submissions being submissions July 1. It ain't happening. Man, it's probably going to be the end of the year before they're really back to where they need to be. I think somebody figured up it's going to take them. If they didn't take any more, if they stayed where they were, just to get caught up on backlog, it was going to take them 2 years. With numbers. So, but I think some of the premium levels with what they're trying to target, they're trying to take BGS out of play on these high end cards. SGC, this is your move. I was very impressed with the video on SCI. Was very, very happy to see where they actually had a grader, where a vendor has let a grader talk to someone and do an interview, and one they're looking at for cards. SGC had one of their senior graders to them and did some cards for Jeff and went over them. And he didn't get all 10s and explained why. And, and one of the biggest things is you keep hearing, well, they would fingerprints. If you got a fingerprint on a card, they said that they wiped the cards down. They just do a basic wipe down on the card. If there's a fingerprint, they try to wipe that fingerprint off of you. They're not deducting that off of you. They are looking for one. SGC said that they're looking for is centering, ultra modern centering. They said go research it, see what other cards are, slabs are for SGC that are getting 10s. Compare it to your card, like the mosaics. Look at the white lines. You can look at it. You can measure them. They are looking at centering, ultra modern. So at least now we know they do a basic wipe down of a card. They're not punking us on a fingerprint, and they just told us what they're looking. They just told us what we need to do to get a 10. So it looked, that's what I'm doing. Which you should have been doing anyway. You should have been looking, just not eye appeal. I loved how they showed the card. They had a vintage card that they showed on there and put it under a different lighting, and you saw a crease. Eye appeal, it looked great. Put it under that. Oh, God, it looked like a 1. Or authenticated. So, man, I mean, it's just, I think people are going to be more, I think we all know we're going to have to be more selective as someone from the hobby that's wanting your card to be slabbed. That may be going from stop doing raw card grading to just authenticating the card, especially if there's a price difference. I'm not sure if there is or isn't. I was with the invoice. I'm still working on it. I got to submit it this evening and get it shipped out. But I was really surprised. I didn't see the declared values like before. So I guess you just name your declared value. And I said $99 declared value. I think that's a fair price, especially when I think these grades will get. They're not getting 10s. I'm not expecting 10s. I'm expecting 8, maybe a couple. Honestly, maybe a 7 or 2, several 8s, 8.5s, 9s, 8.5, 9, maybe a 9.5. Lucky. And it's because of the stock. Y'all, as people that are in the hobby and we're doing cards to flip, especially to flip, but you're looking for a good grade, you're going to have to be realistic, y'all, especially people new in the community. You're going to have to be realistic on the card stock. And I hear Pat pulled. These were Pat pulled. These should have been a 10, a Pat pulled. What should have been a 10 was the printing plate. That's a guaranteed 10. Should be. If you're pulling a printing plate, that should be a 10. I don't care if it's PSA, BGS, or whatever. That is the plate. The image that goes on the paper, how that's settled, can be manipulated by grading. but the actual print itself, the basic printing plate, should be an automatic 10. I've got one from SGC now, a printing plate, and it got like a 4.5, and it's a modern card. And I'm like, this is the 10. This is one, everything is based off of this plate. Also, does anybody, if you can, put down in the comments for me before I get off of here real quick, put in on the comments, I understand that there is a new SGC 10 gold label. There's been a redesign. I know the slab has been redesigned on the back. I think it looks good from what I've seen, but I understand that there's a new SGC label. I actually sent an email out. I hadn't checked my emails yet, but before lunch, I sent one out to SGC asking about this, and could I get one reslabbed if I had a gold label already? Can I get it reslabbed? I got one for sure, maybe two that I can do. One's a Blue Bob, and one is a Bo Bichette rookie base. But I hope everybody's doing good. Stay well. Cat's eyes, 9 eyes. Hey, Big Scott, what's up, brother? Man, I'm back on here. Y'all check out Big Scott One's videos. Man, he's got a lot of good content I've been getting caught up on, and some good thought processes about the hobby, what he does on his hobby, on his side, and likes to interact with folks. But if y'all can, if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button for me. Hit the like button for me on this booger, and let's pass it on if you want to. But yeah, that's my SGC 11 card submission. My thoughts on SGC today. SGC, you're back in the house with the $30 individual card. I can do 30. I can do 30. I ain't got a problem with 30. So 30 on 30. But anyway, like the song says, just tooling along in my Chevrolet. But let's listen to this one. Hope y'all have a great day and keep your head up, eyes up, head on swivel. Deuces. #DudeSouth.